Hi there, I'm Bob McAtee. I'm a sports massage therapist and flexibility specialist here in Colorado Springs, Colorado. And today I want to talk a little bit about the foundations of facilitated stretching, which is a stretching technique that's very easy to incorporate into any kind of massage or manual therapy practice and is very easy on the practitioner and safe for the client. Facilitated stretching really comes out of PNF, a physical therapy modality, and PNF stands for proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation. And the basic premise of facilitated stretching is to engage the neuromuscular system in a way that's the body is already used to doing and trying to improve that neuromuscular connection by using active motion and engaging the muscles prior to stretching them so that they are neurologically prepared to lengthen. So for instance, facilitated stretching asks the client to do active motion to the end of the range they can already achieve, and that's where the stretching activity begins. And once they've achieved that pain-free active range of motion they can already get to, we ask them to activate that muscle they just lengthened with an isometric contraction. And as you know, an isometric contraction is one in which the muscle engages, but no motion occurs around the joint. So the practitioner stabilizes the joint in such a way that the client can significantly engage isometrically, and we hold that for about 6 seconds or so in order to activate some neurological responses that allow the muscle to lengthen more completely and easily when we try to go to a new range of motion. As a demonstration, if we want to improve hip flexion, which is motion in the sagittal plane, our premise is that tight hip extensor muscles are limiting flexion. So as we attempt to improve hip flexion, the stretch is actually occurring on the hamstrings and the posterior gluteal muscles. So I'm going to have Diet actively move, and I'm going to place my hands on her just to give her a little bit of guidance. We want her to lift her leg with the knee straight so we get full extension of the knee because the hamstring tendons cross the joint, as well as keeping some stretch tension on the glutes. The hips stay flat on the table, and then this is the beginning of her motion. This is her active range of motion. This is what she can achieve now. So my job as the practitioner is to provide some resistance to her isometric contraction. So I'm going to let her stabilize against my shoulder and then very slowly start to press her whole leg back to the table. Hold it just like that. We want a good strong engagement, but not 100% of her effort, because she needs to be able to hold this and I need to be able to support her. So we've counted about 6 seconds, and then she stops pressing against me, takes a breath to help just the nervous system take a moment, and then she's going to actively move to try to gain new range of motion. And we think this is a reciprocal inhibition activation happening during this active motion. And then all I'm going to do is step up to provide resistance for her second effort. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then she relaxes, she takes a cleansing breath, and then on the exhale, she keeps her knee straight and she actively moves to a new range of motion. So that's a round of 2 stretches, which is usually what we do for demonstration. In practice, in your clinic, you may want to do a 3rd round, possibly even a 4th round, and see if you gain additional range with each round of stretching. So that was a basic demonstration of single plane stretches using the facilitated pattern of active engagement to range of motion, isometric contraction to prepare the muscle to stretch, and another active flexion in order to gain new range of motion. That was a demonstration of stretching the hip extensors to improve hip flexion using the facilitated stretching method.